Lyfstyler! Good afternoon. We have a very interesting topic today. I'm going to talk about NMC guidelines in social media. I am talking about this because as nurses and as professional, we are held liable in everything what we put and what we do in social media. In YouTube and Instagram, Twitter, or anything that is involving social media, we really have to learn and know what are the guidelines for the NMC so that we will not be in trouble. Everything is, I've taken it from the NMC, so but beforehand, let me talk about the NMC stands for the Nursing and Midwifery Council here in the UK. So they are the ones who regulates our NMC PIN numbers, or what Philippines is our licenses. They are the one who are monitoring you to make sure that you are still capable of doing the practice and you're updated in everything. As part of their job, so they have their guidelines that we all need to follow. So what are those guidelines? Using social media to be used responsibly and appropriately. Social networking sites can offer several benefits for nurses, midwives, nursing associates, and students, which is building and maintaining professional relationships, establishing or accessing nursing and midwifery support networks, and being able to discuss specific issues. And it is also being able to access resources for continuing professional development, which is the CPD. Yeah, so for us to continue practicing, we should complete the CPD and show to NMC that we are capable and we're all updated with our nursing skills and learning. How the code can be applied to social media use. Quote in code, yeah? Use all forms of spoken, written, and digital communication, include social media and networking sites responsibly. We really have to be responsible when we are posting comments, videos, your views, yeah? We all understand that we have, but as professional, we also have a duty, for all the people that can read your messages or can watch your video, to learn something and see that we are not inflicting harm or commenting harsh comments against somebody, because as professional, we should protect that. Disclaimer, this is all my views and understanding on these NMC guidelines. And I do agree that this should be taken seriously and attentively every time we write something in the social media, or we give some video or put some video. We should be responsible for it. These are the things that shouldn't be putting in social media. Sharing confidential information inappropriately, posting pictures of patients and people receiving care without their consent, posting inappropriate comments about patients, bullying, intimidating, or exploiting people, building or pursuing relationships with patients or service users, stealing personal information or using someone else's identity, and inciting hatred or discrimination. So those are very, very important things to remember, and those are the no-nos. Don't do it because you'll be in trouble. What are the things that we need to do? Number one is treat people with kindness, respect, and compassion. Everybody knows that, obviously. Respect and compassion and being kind to people in kind words is, we have to promote that as professional. As a nurse, midwife, or nursing associate, you owe a duty of confidentiality to all those who are receiving care. So obviously, your patient, you cannot disclose them. If ever you take some videos with them, you have to get consent from them. Make sure that they are have capacity to give consent every time you ask them if they're happy that the video, is it okay to take a video and post in social media. If they said yes, then you can post it, and just be careful though. Third is we have to practice effectively, which is always practice in line with the best available evidence. So as a nurse and midwife or nursing associate, you have a responsibility to ensure that any information or advice that you provide via social media is evidence-based and correct to the best of your knowledge. You should not discuss anything that does not fall within your level of competence, and you should avoid making general comments that could be considered inaccurate. You have a responsibility, so you have to very, very, very careful. Next is maintain effective communication with colleagues. Yeah, you must work cooperatively with your colleagues, and this includes communicating in an appropriate way when you use social media. To preserve safety, act without delay if you believe that there is a risk to patient safety or public protection. So social media should not be used to harass or victimize someone, or to attempt to prevent or discourage someone from raising their concerns. This is not, you always have to be very safe, so it's better, rather than using the social media, use a private conversation, like give them a phone call or drop them an email, so that is safer and more private. Then promote professionalism and trust. So NMC said, stay objective and have clear professional boundaries at all times with people in your care. Nurses and midwives and nursing associates should not use social network to build or pursue relationship with patients and service users, as this can blur important professional boundaries. It is important to be aware that even without engaging with patients or service users on social media, they may still be able to access your information. You don't have to disclose your information to your patient. It could be at risk, for yourselves and for your family. Build up trust between patient and nurse, yeah? How to use social media responsibly. Number one is be informed. So NMC said, make sure that you familiarize yourself with how individual social media applications work and be clear about the advantages and disadvantages. Be informed, meaning know it. So this is number two. Think before you post. It is important to realize that even the strictest privacy settings have limitations. This is because once something is online, it can be copied and redistributed. So, meaning whatever you posted a Of course, you can take it back if you want to remove it, but people think they can screenshot it and they can redistribute it to others and say and accuse you of something. So we have to be very careful. And then third is protect your professionalism and your reputation. If you are unsure whether something you post online could compromise your professionalism or your reputation, you should think about what the information means for you in practice and how it affects your responsibility to keep to the code. It is important to consider who and what you associate with on social media. For example, acknowledging someone else's post can imply that you endorse or support their point of view. You should consider the possibility of other people mentioning you in an inappropriate post. I hope you have learned something again today. It is really important that we have to learn and be responsible to know what are the guidelines by the NMC in using social media. It is very important. For me, I'm doing this because I wanted to share some knowledge, because sometimes we tend to forget it. We just sit there and do it, and we didn't even check that there are guidelines. There is policy from the hospital we're working that we need to follow and to abide. So for this, I hope we will be more responsible now as nurses if we are using social media. I hope that we will be all responsible of what we do and what we post, and whatever videos or things that you want to share in social media, you have to take the responsibility and be guided with the NMC guidelines and in your hospital policy guidance in social media. Look through it if there is one, please. Yeah? Okay? So thank you very much again for another learning video. So I hope you're going to like our video and leave a comment down below. And then if you're not yet a subscriber to our channel, Lyfstyler, please subscribe. Do subscribe now, please. And don't forget to click the bell button so that you will be notified for another video that is interesting and educational. And again, thank you so much for watching. God bless everyone. Thank you. Till then, bye-bye. Ta-ta.